Hi guys, welcome back to Here the Green TMD in O gauge, and here you can see the main core of my fleet. So what have these locos got in common? Sound fitted. So I can play with these regularly on the layout. However, this has not yet got sound fitted. So today, let's make it noisy. This is the first Class 56 sound install. So what are we going to need? Well, obviously one Class 56 and one sound chip. Now I ordered an ESU Loksound V5 extra large with screw terminals. Unfortunately that was not what was sent. So the video is going to be slightly different to my other sound installs on the basis that we have this thing instead. Now this is a version 5 L, which has, if I put this up that way around, you can see loaded with Class 56 sound. Apparently it's a very good chip, we'll give it a go. But the difference is this is a chip, plug-on chip. But what we don't have on the Class 56 is a socket that'll take it. So luckily the chip comes with a board with the sockets mounted. So we have to permanently mount this board inside the loco, and then the sound install is easy because it's just plugging a chip. I have not got in here with me at the minute my iPad, unfortunately, otherwise I would show you quickly, but we'll come to that shortly. I've downloaded and taken a screenshot of the different terminals for soldering onto on this side of the board. Yeah. Can you see all that on there? Because I can't see and it's right next to me. There we go. So what have we got? We've got front lights, rear lights, motor plus, motor minus, track right, track left, auxiliary 7, 8 and 9, ground, VCC, set couple of sensors, most of which we're not going to use because we've got here speaker 1 minus, speaker 2 plus, speaker 1 minus, speaker 1 plus, speaker 2 minus, speaker 2 plus, and a couple of other little bits on there. There's a 5-volt outlet, so that's there, and then along the top, we've got various things. We've got a fan, plus and minus for a fan there, if you wish to include your fan. I don't normally, but since this is hardwired in, I'll have a look at it. I'll consider it. And down here is all your other auxiliaries, 1 to 6, which is for all your lighting and bits and bobs. So it's not too bad. It's just that instead of a screw terminal, we're permanently hardwiring in the socket. So the first thing we've got to do is turn the loco upside down. I have a nice bit of sponge on the bench to rest the loco on, and here you can see the screw. Now we've got 4 of those, one there, one down here, and same that end, and those 4 screws hold on the body shell. So using a normal little crosshead Phillips, whatever it is, screwdriver, you take out the body screws. And use one. I should have got my tweezers out while I'm here. Tweezers. There's one.
One eternity later.
There we go. After all that, and then the same down this end. Right. Yeah, look. Can't see for looking there at the end of the bogey on this one. That confused me. 3. Well, I suppose it stops you putting the body shell on the wrong way around. 4. Let's turn this up the right way. Hopefully then, oh, look at that, very gently. Extra long wires and unplug the fan. There we go. One removed body shell out the way. So we have our coloured wiring for change. I wonder what half of those are. So the cab lights here is red and black on the small wires. I don't know what this one is because we didn't connect that. That's possible. Yeah, we'll just rummage around. So we have the book, and it even gives us the PCB wiring diagram. So we've got the lights common, switch for the reds, switch front LED, switch for the cab, front light, rear light, tracks, motor B, and on this end motor A, track again, front light, rear light, cab light, LED, which I'm assuming is a headlight, switch red, common. So that is it. This is the feed to the fan PCB, which is located underneath. So not too difficult. So first thing I'm going to do is unscrew the PCB off the board so that we can see everything and we can gain access to everything and see what we're doing. Always a tight one. There we go. And the last one. So that allows us to lift this off and see how much we got in the way of wiring. And then if we can connect things up one at a time, having taken them off of this board, that makes life easier so we don't lose track. That's it. Where did that go? There we go. So that board is, oh, look at all that room we got. So if we disconnect the fan circuit board, that shows us that we have a lot of spare wire. And as you can see also, these wires this end are separate from that end, so there is no looping around backwards and forwards of different wiring, so that has kept it very tidy, and it also gives us lots of spare cable. So down here purely is the circuit board. Now the next question is, does this socket fit on here? Oh, it never does. It is perfectly good lengthways. So with 2 screws we can hold this board in, and that will probably be enough to secure it permanently without it rattling around and falling off. So I will put a piece of tape on the back to protect it, to ensure we don't short out on anything. We shouldn't do, but you know, it's always sensible. I've blown up a chip previously. This speaker that came with this chip actually just slots over those 2 legs there quite nicely, and then obviously we'd run the wires round through all these lugs and secure it on that end. However, we also have room underneath the body shell for another speaker. So we're going to open this up by taking the 4 screws out of the fuel tank and see how we get the wires up through from the bottom for any additional speaker that we want to fit, because 56 deserves to be loud and it deserves to have its bass heard. I intend to deafen out the house if I can. Long screws and short screws depending on which end of the fuel tank you are taking out. So how easy does it now? There we go. The bottom comes off. So that leaves us access to underneath. Now we appear to have a hole here, but I don't know if it goes all the way through. That goes to the sticky pad, which is in the way underneath. And of course with the sticky pad on there, it's not going to want to run up through. And now that sticky pad is the pad that holds the fan control board in. So to gain access, we've got to take the fan control board out. And there's the hole. So the first thing we're going to do then is fit the speaker underneath. So the speaker I have to go in here is this great big Earth Mover 2, I believe it was called. And I'll turn it back up on its side and upside down. And that appears to fit over those 2 lugs in there rather nicely. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting my glasses on the camera mount. So I need to find 2 screws that will fit into those lugs and secure the speaker in. Now that we're zoomed in, you can see the nice little lugs which line up beautifully on here. However, there is an issue. These 2 mounting brackets here, which are beautiful size for this speaker. The issue being though, neither of these are threaded, so it's not like you need a machine screw to screw in the speaker mount, and I don't have a self-tapping screw anywhere near that size. So what I'm going to do is cut the 2 lugs off, because the speaker will slot in between the two mounts easily. And I have this nice double-sided mounting tape, of which I'm going to use to stick on the back and just push it into place with the wires through the hole. Here we are. One side. Oh, it flies off quite nicely. Got to mind the glass cabinet. Got to mind the glass cabinet. That was a safer way of doing it. So that will now push the two wires down through the bottom. So as you can see, by doing it like this, you can fit pretty much any size speaker you want in there. Turn that over, get hold of the wires, just jiggle them down a bit so it can lay flat. So the speaker can now lay flat. Stand that up there like that. A bit of tape on there. Now this tape is what is used for mounting car name badges on and things like that. Let's actually just get it down this end. There we go, that's on there, and then I can never get this bit off. Come on, close, close, close. And there it is, stuck in there nicely. And the wire sticks out here nicely. We're going to probably have to extend those, but it's all secure. The speaker's not loose. Easy as that. So now we can put this in back on the underside of the fuel tank. And these were the longer screws at the front here. And stand it back up the right way. So now that is all done. The wires are through. Just keep them out there because we don't need those for a little while yet. And we can even push this board back onto the sticky foam. In case you want to add the wiring to the fans, which we can do because now we know where they're going. We just remove the plug and solder them on, but we'll do that in a little while. So now we have the speaker mounted. We know where the board is going to mount and how it's going to mount with just two screws on there. We know this speaker is going to fit on here, whichever way round we put it. Just going to clip it on, and then I'll just put a little spot of super glue on the legs. I'm going to go and drink this cup of tea while I contemplate the next part of the video, which will be soldering up this board, transposing the wires off of this board. So I'll catch you in the next episode. See you shortly.